So today I'm working on a hyacinth for the paper flower challenge, and I thought I would do a little demo about how I am building this one. So you can see here that I have these little florets, and I've got 6 petals here. There's 3 that are slightly more narrow and 3 that are a little more wide. And then I've got a little bit of fringe here in the middle. To make the petals, I'm using hand-painted doublet, and I'm batching them in these little strips. These are the narrow petals, and they're about a 1/4 inch wide. These are the larger size petals, and they are 3/8 inch wide. And I'm just taking a strip of my doublet. It's about 1 3/4 inches tall. And I'm folding it up into 3 layers because I know I want multiples of 3 for these petals. So I've got 3 even layers here. I'm going to clip them together at one end. I'm going to make some slits that go most of the way up here. And now I'm going to go ahead and just cut about 3/8 inch wide all the way down the length of these strips. Good enough. And now I'm going to go ahead and taper each end. And now I'll turn it over to get the other side. Now I've got a nice strip of petals all cut out. And at this point, I'm going to paint stripes on this one. I'm going to put a darker purple stripe down the middle of each petal, just like you see here on this strip. Now I'm going to make a little floret. So I'm starting with a piece of 24 gauge wire. It's about 2 inches long, and I've wrapped it with some green crepe already. And I have here a tiny little piece of fringe. It's got 4 little segments, and I've just curled the edge back a little bit. I'm going to take a little tacky glue here and then attach this fringe onto the end of my little stem. Just like that. All right, now that this fringe is on, I'm going to thicken the stem right here. These little florets have sort of a bulb right here at the base, and I want to do that by wrapping it with some crepe. So I have a few strips here of stretched out green crepe, and I've put a line of tacky glue on here. And what I want to do next is wrap around near the top of the stem, but I want to leave these little yellow stamens sticking out a little bit. I'm going to start wrapping and creating some thickness here. And I'm going to add another piece. I want it to start looking like a little bulb right there at the base of the flower. And I'll kind of pinch the ends in a little bit. And I'm going to finish with a strip of my painted crepe that's the same color as my flower. So I'm going to wrap this on, and I want to make sure to cover the green. There we go. kind of smooth that out. And now you have a nice little base for the petals. So I'm going to start with 3 narrow petals. And to shape these petals, I'm going to curl the top back. And if you have a stripe on your petal, make sure that is facing up. And then I'm going to lightly cup the very bottom where it's going to attach to that bulb shape. I'm going to do all the petals just like that. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here near the base. I'm going to go ahead and attach this stretched part of the petal to the bulb shape here. And I'm going to press it on so it's attached nice and close. Really nice and snug, just like that. Now I'm going to attach the other 2 so that they're evenly spaced with 3 narrow petals as the first layer. Kind of press in here so it conforms to that bulb shape, and then roll it around to get the bottom all nice and shaped as well. All right, so this is the first layer of petals. Now I'm going to take my wider petals and I'm going to do the same shaping and same method of attachment. Now for these wider petals, I'm going to place them so that they set right in between 2 of the narrow petals. There we go. Now I'm just going to gently press down all around to make sure everything's glued on nice and securely to the little base at the bottom. All right, so here's a little hyacinth floret, and I'm planning to make about 15 or 20, and I'm going to go ahead and continue attaching them to the stalk. I'm just wrapping it into the stalk with a little bit of green crepe. I've also made some leaves. I've used 2 layers of green crepe with a 22 gauge wire sandwiched in the middle here, and I've used glue stick to laminate them together. So here is my finished hyacinth. And I think I used about 25 of these little florets to make the completed flower. I've got 3 leaves on here too. So I hope you enjoyed this quick demo, and I hope you have fun making a hyacinth. Thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful day.